This is now. This which car is this now?
This is
Start.
concept car.
Oh, the concept car. Okay. So you push in the one side.
Pushing over here, pull over here. Not so easy to use with gloves.
Yeah, or one hand. Amazing.
Now the question is, how do you unlock the car? Must be RFID.
Unless you
It
have.
doesn't lock. They never even lock
It's a
it.
prototype. We don't lock them.
Did you push on?
Push over here.
No, you probably need the fob. You just touch on the car.
Camera. What's going on?
It's functional. I mean, it serves as a brake light and also the
Got it?
Yeah.
This is the Ford Start with EcoBoost.
So that's how this.
I know, it's like a...
Ah, yeah. If you've ever tried to furnish a small apartment, they'll suggest that you buy a lot of furniture with legs because you can see the floor go underneath your furniture. It makes it sound bigger. Yep, and your room seems bigger. So in the case of the Start, the seats have a single track in the center, like a little monorail in the middle. So you're seeing more floor underneath the seats than you normally would. Yeah. And so your impression is that it's a bigger space than it actually is.
Yeah. Silly question. How do you lock the car? You know, this car doesn't have a lock.
No, we don't lock it.
Why do you make a car into a stick rather than an automatic?
It's just sometimes more enjoyable if someone's really passionate about driving. They want to.
So the engineer, some engineer had a final say?
No, that's kind of what we wanted to do.
Oh.
Yeah. We're out in California, so we can do really advanced.
This lab is in California?
Yeah, this is from our California design studio. So we've got a team of 15.
Is that electric or gas?
This is internal combustion. It's a 3-cylinder, 1-liter EcoBoost engine. It's an engine that Ford actually is going to make. The engine is a production. The rest of the car is a concept.
The mirror hustle. The mirror is even. Everything matches the same.
Yeah, design language.
Yeah.
You always want to tell a story, and then you want to repeat it in a variety of different ways, and that makes the vehicle look consistent and holistic throughout the whole thing.
Now, what's your position with Ford?
I'm a designer there, so I did the exterior design with the team out there, and did the gauges. The idea, yeah, I got to figure out.
I
forgot where we.
Where's the little hood latch?
But on the gauges, the idea was we kind of noticed the trend with people being overstimulated by email, by their workload. They've got too much going on, too much noise in their life. And so at the end of a long day, we want them to get a new interior that's really simple. And we wanted to figure out a way to get the information of 4 gauges out of 2. So if you look at these gauges on the outside, there's an analog gauge.
Oh, you were thinking what I was thinking.
You can see the headliner matches the seats. Seats are one-piece construction. This is a hybrid steel aluminum, kind of a roll cage that offers passenger protection. Subtleties though, I mean, to make people feel more safe in a small car, we gave the roof line has a lot of section, and you read this roof as a very thick and protective roof, and that's part of the design that's very intentional, and that it gives you a perception of safety and strength.
It smells like a new car.
And it encourages people to maybe give a little bit smaller vehicle a shot, give it a try, because you're getting everything you would in a bigger vehicle, but it's better for the environment. It takes up less space. It's easier to drive in a city.
What would a car like this cost approximately?
That's a great question.
I mean, what would they retail this car for?
Well, this is purely a concept study, so we haven't done any pricing work or anything.
I'm in a sports car.
What does it cost to build a car like this? What did it cost you guys to build this car?
Show cars in general range from $1 to $4 million, depending on the size and the scale.
I was quite surprised.
It's great.
He's got text
Try
messages
that out.
that Rob Weiss just mentioned
Yeah,
in the
very much so.
video.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a lot about, I think what's going to be very important.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
And I think that cars that are really pure quality are going to stand out from cars that are there's a lot of overstyling.
Yeah, I'm 6 feet.
A lot of cars.
The headroom's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've got enough headroom in here.
Yeah.
So how do you get up there and get it out here?
Well,
Very Spartan.
You have a team of people.
You feel like you go to the beach,
they're all,
you know, and just kind of walk out, and when you get home, just kind of wash it down.
Relax,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
Just start sketching, and thinking of an idea, you'll see inspiration. You know, we look at nature a lot. We get inspired by other cars. You have a team. You have a team. You want this way. You want this way.
Like a boss of the team, all on the same page.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, within an organization, you're going to have a variety of ideas, and what we do a lot of proposals, and we put all of our sketches up on a big sketch wall, and the execs will come in, and they'll say, "That's interesting. Skip that. Skip that. This is neat." Wow. And then they'll say, "You two guys go tell us more about it. Get a model going. Get some alternate views, alternate sketches. Try a different front end on that one." And pretty soon you walk down this path. We worked on this for about a year and 4 months.
How many reiterations did you go through before you actually came up with this?
Hundreds.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, we all have a stack of papers on our desk that's about this thick of all the sketches we went through and the proposals. But you tune it, and if your process is efficient, you try to do it in a linear way, where you don't want to keep starting over, but you say, okay, this is what's working. This is
we
what
take this and we just. Now, do you have contests within the company or something?
Absolutely.
Seriously, I'm being serious.
Every concept car is it's healthy competition, but they'll say, we're thinking about exploring a B segment, a small car that's very elegant and sophisticated, and you guys, give us your impression of what that would look like. And so the designers that are assigned to that project, in this case there were 4 or 5 of us, we all put up our sketches, and then the execs will come back and what they like, and we'll refine that.
Should this car go into production, do you guys get a bonus?
No, we're not compensated in any way for anything that.
Just the beer pool in the office.
I was at a Samsung event in Korea, and the teams have some parameters, and the team whose phone wins gets a bonus.
Yeah. You get to call your mom and say, "Hey, Mom, look what I did."
That's my car.
Unless we're in the beer pool in the office.
We had to get a picture of you inside.
Is that like the Homer Simpson episode where he built the car, the futuristic car?
Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, if we could open up the hood, that would be great.
Yeah, there's a switch, and I'm supposed to know where it is, but I have never actually opened it.
It's a hidden switch. You got to rub something next.
There's a couple of switches underneath the seaters. That's
Vehicles that are much larger and a very compact footprint. And the idea is to be environmentally friendly, not only through the 1-liter EcoBoost engine, the powertrain, but also from what we call the footprint, which is the amount of space the vehicle takes up. And how can we have a very small footprint, a very compact vehicle, but create something that's passionate and exciting, that's a romantic shape, that someone will want to wash, they'll want to drive, they'll want to enjoy it, but in a very compact, small city car. So that's kind of what our design objective is.
Can you tell me a little bit about the specs in terms of, you talked about the eco-friendly engine, tell me a little bit more about that.
Sure. The Star concept has our new 1-liter inline 3-cylinder. Sometimes I get afraid to touch this thing because.
So the button was underneath the wheel.
Yes.
Is this?
So body made.
The difference between
It's fiberglass.
Yeah, the
So,
one-
yeah, composite. We built a clay model.
Yeah, same
and
place.
then
I
they take a
figured
mold and
And a place for the washer fluid,
work on these panels.
and the brake fluid.
For a month or so, tuning it, priming, bonding, and then assemble it all together.
Is that what?
So it is fiberglass. Yeah.
1 liter, 3 cylinders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coolant?
It's almost theft-proof the way they have the button concealed.
Yeah. it's in plain sight. That's the thing.
That was a great hearing on your part. That would have.
Just start jamming buttons. Okay, we want to see inside the engine, so we have to go over here and do this.
I'll let somebody else bump in.
There's the inside, right there.
The headlights LED. Yes.